Finish strong. 7 marathons, 7 continents, 7 days. Written by Dave McGilvery, Boston Marathon race director, with Nancy Fier. Illustrated by Shalulu. Read by Dave McGilvery. When I was a kid, I loved sports. Baseball, basketball, football. But I was small. Because of my size, no one would give me a chance. I was always picked on. Picked last, or not picked at all. So, at age 12, I turned to running. No one can stop you from running. You just run. Set goals, not limits. Since then, I've done many challenging runs, running my age in miles on my birthdays, running 3,452 miles across America in 80 days, running for 24 hours straight, running a marathon blindfolded, running from Florida to Massachusetts with a friend in a wheelchair, and all of it for charity. Your greatest accomplishment is your next one. One day, a friend called and invited me to run the World Marathon Challenge, 7 marathons on 7 continents in 7 days. Was that even possible? We started training and called ourselves Team Hold the Plane. We learned that for the first marathon, we'd be running in a desert. You're probably thinking sand, heat, and cactuses. But actually, we'd be starting in Antarctica. The world is full of surprises. Marathon 1, Antarctica. Novolazarevskaya Station, Antarctica. Antarctica, as it turns out, is the iciest, the windiest, the driest continent. Because it's so cold, it rarely rains or snows. So, it's considered a desert. Who knew? I was nervous about the plane landing on ice. Would it crack? Fortunately, the ice on Antarctica can be up to 3 miles thick. Phew! After we landed, we were taken to a pod to rest and change. In Antarctica, the permanent people population is exactly 0. No one lives there year-round. But the penguin population, that's a different story. There are more than 12 million penguins. That was good because if I got lost, I might need to ask for directions. It takes more guts to get to the starting line than to the finish line. On your mark, get set, go! Off we ran for our first marathon. Cold, fresh air filled my lungs, and little white clouds puffed from my mouth. My feet crunched with each icy stride. Hey, wait a minute. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Why aren't we going to run on the Earth's other big chunk of ice? If Antarctica is a continent, why isn't the Arctic a continent? You have a lot of time to think when you're running a marathon on ice. I later found out that the Arctic is an ocean with a thick sheet of ice floating on it. Antarctica has land underneath. 26.2 cold, crunchy miles later, I had finished the first marathon. I went to the pod and ate mashed potatoes and a hot dog. Not what I usually eat, but boy, they tasted good. We boarded the plane at 11 p.m., heading for Africa. From the freezer to the furnace. Well begun is half done. Well, almost. Marathon number 2, Cape Town, South Africa. Cape Town was hot, about 80 degrees, and the landscape couldn't have been more different from Antarctica. Here it was colorful, lush, and full of life. For this marathon, we ran loops along the South Atlantic Ocean. lots and lots of loops. When you run, it's important to stay hydrated. In Africa, they gave us water in small blue packets. We quickly learned the schedule for this marathon challenge. 1. Fly, eat, and try to sleep. 2. Land. 3. Run. 4. Repeat 7 times. Whenever the plane landed, that's when we had to run a marathon. And I mean whenever. 2 o'clock in the morning, yep. Hop off the plane, run 26.2 miles, get back on the plane, and fly to the next continent. That's exactly what I did after the marathon in Africa. Now, time to fly to the world's smallest continent. Haste makes waste unless you are running around the world. Marathon number 3, Perth, Australia. Our next marathon was in Australia. It was a long flight from Cape Town to Perth, 12 hours to be exact. We landed and walked to the starting point near a stadium. The only trouble was cricket. Not cricket the bug, cricket the sport. There was a cricket match going on near the marathon course. We had to wait until the match ended to begin our run. Cricket is similar to baseball, but it is played with a flat bat and the players run back and forth on a strip of grass instead of around the bases. Patience is a virtue and a pain. Finally, late at night, we began our run. The marathon course went back and forth along a path, kind of like cricket. The best part was that with each pass, I could see all my new friends. Keep going. You can do it. G'day, mate. Since we didn't start running until 11 p.m., we didn't finish until 4 a.m. 3 marathons, done. My legs, they were done too. Next stop, the biggest continent in the world. Friends make the journey joyful. Marathon number 4, Dubai, United Arab Emirates. More than half of the world's people live in Asia. The United Arab Emirates is in a part of Asia called Middle East. It's hot, dry, and sandy, but rising up out of the sandy landscape is an incredible modern city called Dubai. I was surprised to learn that Dubai has an indoor snow ski resort at a mall. Hey, I could eat at the food court, buy a new pair of sneakers, and ski all in one place. On the way to the marathon starting point, our bus driver got lost, and it took more than an hour to drive just a few miles. We could have run them faster than that. When we finally began our marathon, it was 26.2 miles of out and back loops along the Persian Gulf. My running time in Asia was about 4.5 hours. In twice that amount of time, I'd be running my next marathon in Europe. Never underestimate your own abilities. Marathon number 5, Lisbon, Portugal. We landed in Lisbon in a chilly drizzle and started our 5th marathon at night. Click, slap, clunk, smack. Those were the sounds of my sneakers running on cobblestone, cement, wooden docks, and asphalt, each step producing a different sound and feel. My legs hurt, and all these different surfaces didn't help. Part of this marathon took us through a busy outdoor market. We had to weave in and out of the surprise shoppers. Did they think we stole something? If so, no one stopped us. They just gave us confused looks and stepped aside. Portugal was lively, colorful, and cold. I was looking forward to our next run in sunny South America. When in doubt, step aside. Marathon number 6, Cartagena, Colombia. We started our second to last marathon in the center of Cartagena's old city. It was hot, hot, hot. We ran in streets crowded with people, bikes, buses, horse-drawn wagons, cars, and motorcycles. During the race, my left leg really started to hurt. I saw our medical doctor on one of the laps and asked for help. As I continued to run, I prayed that I would get through this race. There was only one more marathon to go, and that one was back home. My friends ran alongside to encourage and support me. With their help, I finished the 6th marathon, but my leg was killing me. Finish strong? I wondered if I'd finish at all. Ask for help when you need it. Give help whenever you can. Marathon number 7, Miami, Florida, the United States. Exhausted and in pain, we arrived in the USA to a hero's welcome. Were we heroes? Survivors? Or just crazy? Everyone on our trip was running for a purpose, and most had raised money for charity. So maybe the answer was all three. We were enjoying the celebration until we remembered we still had one more marathon to run. And I was sick. The medicine the doctor had given me for my leg made my stomach hurt. It was hot in Miami too, and I worried that I wouldn't make it to the end. Once again, my friends came to the rescue. They shouted encouragement each lap until I crossed the finish line. You don't just get by with a little help from your friends. You thrive. And guess what? My last 10 miles were the fastest I'd run all week. 7 marathons on 7 continents in 7 days. Done. I gave it everything I had and finished the World Marathon Challenge. What did I get? Besides 7 medals and very sore legs? Did you know that although Australia is the smallest continent, it is the biggest island in the world? This reminded me of me. You don't have to be the biggest or the best at everything. You can still finish strong at something. It just takes big dreams, hard work, and great friends. Finish strong or weak. Just finish. Number 1, Novo, Antarctica. Number 2, Cape Town, South Africa. Number 3, Perth, Australia. Number 4, Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Number 5, Lisbon, Portugal. Number 6, Cartagena, Colombia. Number 7, Miami, Florida. Dear friends, thank you for reading about my journey around the world. I hope that someday you can work hard to make your big dreams come true. This story didn't end when I finished the World Marathon Challenge. After I came home, I noticed that I had a little trouble breathing when I ran. I figured I was just recovering from my 777 adventure. But then I went to my doctor and he said that I had a big problem with my heart. At first, I was embarrassed. Hey, I just ran around the world. My heart must be fine. But it wasn't. I needed surgery to fix it. If you feel something, say something. I discovered that you can't change what you are born with. That's the bad news. The good news is this: you can change your behavior. Here's what I do to help my heart. Eat more fruits and vegetables, get more sleep, exercise, but also relax. You can do these things too to take care of your heart. Remember, dream big, work hard, and finish strong. Just because you're fit doesn't mean you're healthy. The comeback is always stronger than the setback. Dave gave all his World Marathon Challenge medals to his hero and heart warrior buddy, 5-year-old Jack. Jack had a heart transplant the same year Dave ran the World Marathon Challenge. A year later, Jack gave a medal to his friend Dave after Dave finished the Boston Marathon, just 6 months after having heart surgery. The Dream Big Marathon. Run 26 miles. Read 26 books. Reach out. 26 acts of big-hearted kindness. The finish line.